Hello and welcome to our media evaluation question number 3. What have you learned through audience feedback? Why is it important or essential for a film to appeal to an audience? Quite simply, without an audience, a film won't make money because no one's seeing the film. So how do you engage the audience and how do you get the audience to go and see your film? That's predominantly through the promotional packaging, with regard to posters, trailers, websites, maybe brochures or leaflets at cinemas, or through word of mouth, through people talking about it. Our target audience was 17 to 23-year-olds, people who watch thrillers in general, but predominantly 17 to 23-year-olds because we wanted it to relate to them, maybe not in the way that they would or have been kidnapped, but in the way that they can identify with the main character sort of feeling a bit scared, maybe like she's being followed, but she can't see this person who's following her, this hooded figure, and along the same lines, those sort of people wouldn't have sort of specific hobbies or media interests. They'll like social networking probably, which would be ideal because then they could spread it through the means of social media and not through us having to pay an advertising company a huge sum with a limited budget that we did have. We used a simple setting of a typical Kentish town, which is sort of a very rural but at the same time urban landscape, so that it wasn't too city-like. It was quite normal, as if it's a normal town, and not somewhere like London. We used high-angle shots on the girl, so that she was sort of being looked down upon, almost as if it was through the eyes of the stalker, and to make her look a bit weak compared to the stalker, not necessarily weak in general though. And the low angle shots of the stalker slash kidnapper were used to sort of show that he's at a stronger vantage point, maybe slightly stronger than the girl. And we used constant jump cutting to speed up the pace of our of our trailer. The scary sounds and panicking in particular at the start of the trailer were used to sort of engage the audience to sort of think, oh gosh, what's happening now? There was a constant beat, sort of a very similar noise to the noise that's going on outside, but much slower, more of a boom, boom, and that's when we used our the cuts to sort of show the awards that our trailer has won, which could also engage the audience in the way that they think, oh, it's up for an award or it's won an award. That's a good thing. There was also sort of a very metallic, what I'd call a Cyberman sort of sound, where it was sort of like metal shoes crunching on metal, sort of like footsteps, when sort of coming to the climax of the trailer when she gasps and then she's put in a boot. So, which audience theorists apply to our text and what we've learnt through our audience feedback? Well, Richard Dyer believes that audiences want media products to offer them utopian solutions to their problems, whereas Blumler and Katz think that audiences want media products that gratify particular needs, which is also known as the uses and gratifications theory. For example, some of the gratifications could be to escape from their life, or for general entertainment. Although our product doesn't offer a utopian solution to an audience's problems, It instead provides an area for the audience to be entertained and escape from day-to-day life. It also allows the audience to experience something they hopefully won't have to experience in their lives, or hopefully they won't have experienced it yet, or ever, which is part of the uses and gratifications theory that Blumler and Katz had indicated. With the Frankfurt School, they sort of created this theory, which is called the hypodermic syringe needle theory, where audiences are directly affected by media products. And Laura Mulvey believes women are objectified, and that's encouraged in media. Media is seen through the male gaze, through sort of the male perspective, and women are often seen as the virgin or the whore. Similarly, the pluralists think that media operates on a supply and demand basis. The media must give the audience what they want in order to survive. And the final theorist we'll look at is Stuart Hall, who says audiences will react in different ways to media products. And when shown the trailer, our audiences seemed to be directly affected by the product and wanted more. They generally weren't sure what was going to happen. They wanted to know what was going to happen in the film. They asked us, to which we obviously declined to comment. And we went along the same lines as watching, as sort of wanting the girl to appear as a virgin, sort of quite pure, and we objectified her in the way that our actress is a very pretty girl, so we had to make sure she was sort of quite pretty and normal, and there was a reason why she was going to be kidnapped. It helped create the storyline which an audience could understand. Sort of a young girl gets kidnapped by weirdo, and our general audience feedback was that our product was intriguing and scary yet thrilling, which is good because obviously we wanted to create a thriller movie, and with it being intriguing, it goes with sort of the conventions of a typical teaser trailer, and it was quite scary because you don't know what's going to happen. Some of our audience feedback that we got was that it was thrilling and intense. The sound was simple and effective. Great atmosphere and added to the tension. The ending when she was closed in the boot, it was ominous and creepy. I really loved the white flashes throughout. It was really good effect. Awesome. The editing was really good. Chilling. Some of our questionnaire replies from our first draft were that they thought it was a thriller. They wanted a bit more action. They liked the running. Some people liked the switch between black and white scenes to colour scenes, and some didn't. The credits looked professional. They weren't sure about whether anything needed changing in order to improve, and then others thought similar. They wanted a more explaining shot so that they understood better. They really liked the freehand shots when they were running. The tense music and fast pace was really good. Again, more running shots wanted. They wanted. They really liked the CCTV footage. They liked the action sequence. They found the switches really effective, and some bits were a bit confusing between the black and white and colour, as someone said it was representing some past aspects, and we got very positive feedback, as our target audience is teenagers aged 15 to 17. They were asking we asked what sort of target audience they wanted, and lots of people said teens, which suggested we've included correct themes. A key change to be made was just to adjust the beginning of the footage, as it was a bit too long when she was shopping. We decided on some names, but we didn't use a name for the girl in the end because we wanted her to sort of remain a bit unknown and a bit mysterious. With regard to people saying how often they watch thriller films, so overall, we learned from our initial Year 12 testing that we had to change the sound because some of it didn't fit and some of it was, and there was a background sound that we had to eradicate from our final piece, and we also had to shorten the shopping scenes because some people thought it was a bit too long and a bit too dragged out, and they wanted a bit more action. So we added a very small amount of action, and but made sure that it kept within the fast pace, and then we arrived at our final situation, and that's when we were told by a few people that it looked good. It was fast paced. It went with the codes and conventions. So that's how we've arrived at our final product.